This presentation will address the Mattville Community Center proposal process, including a request for proposal with project description, instructions for submittal, formatting requirements, and evaluation criteria, a statement of work with technical requirements and deliverables, and a vendor proposal with executive summary, management approach, technical requirements, cost, and project schedule. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Bidders Conference for the Borough of Mattville Community Center project. The old B&Q Market, built in 1973, located at 1067C Oak Street, is slated to be transformed into a new 48,000 square foot, two-story multi-purpose community center for the Borough of Mattville. The renovation will create a 150-seat performance area, 4 multi-purpose classrooms, 3 offices, a kitchen, and several recreational and lounge spaces. Please be sure to refer to the request for proposal you received for formatting instructions. Interested bidders need to provide one bound and one unbound copy of their proposal to the Borough Clerk by 5 p.m. Thursday, September 24th, 2020. Here today we will review what is required of your proposal. Formatting requirements, including page restrictions and style guide directives, can be found in the RFP. Bidders need to be sure to adhere to those requirements to have their proposals considered. In the transmittal letter, please summarize your understanding of the project and include the signature and contact information for the company sponsor authorizing the proposal. Please note that the remaining sections must be completed in APA format. The executive summary is your chance to tell us about your company. Special skills, distinctions, accessibility. Let us know what sets you apart from the competition. In the management section, explain how you intend to approach the project. Please include your experience with firm fixed price contracts and similar projects. This is also where you should introduce us to the members of your staff we would be interacting with or who would have responsibilities for the project. In the technical section, explain how you will deal with each individual requirement in the statement of work. For ease of comparison, it is important that you address these requirements in the same order as the SOW. The cost section requires a breakdown of material and labor costs in an Excel table. We require that bidders use the MS Project program as a basis of estimate tool for costs. Please include the name of the person responsible for the estimation. It is especially important in this section that you address the issue of prevailing wages on this project. Proposals will be evaluated on the basis of cost, your proposed management approach, past performance from your references and portfolio, how your project schedule aligns with expectations, amenability to Mattville's contract stipulations, and the extent to which your proposal adheres to the RFP instructions. The point distribution on a scale of 100 is shown here. The SOW stipulates the mandatory requirements of the bidder. Let's review those now. Number 1, explain the project management services your company will provide, including but not limited to activity planning and management, cost management, risk management, and reporting. Number 2, please address your knowledge and experience with state and local building codes and industry best practices. Number 3, contractors will need to provide proof of liability and workers' compensation insurance. Number 4, contractors will need to provide the borough with copies of subcontractor licenses and proof of insurance. And number 5, please explain your standard procedures for posting licenses and permits at the work site. Continuing on, number 6, please explain your approach to the interior demolition. Number 7, explain your procedures for completing building inspections. Number 8, detail your process for installing all new electrical service throughout the facility. Number 9, detail your process for installing all new plumbing throughout the facility. And number 10, detail your process for installing the specified flooring materials. Next, number 11, detail your process for the restructure, framing, drywall, and paint. Number 12, discuss the installation of lighting fixtures. 13 and 14 involve the framing and installation of interior and exterior doors as outlined in the provided plans. Number 15, what is your plan to complete all of the miscellaneous trims and finishes detailed in the design plans? And number 16, confirm that your company will provide all materials and equipment for the project. The deliverables for this project include 4 classrooms, 4 restrooms, a kitchen space, performance space, lounge and recreation areas, and 3 office spaces. Good afternoon. Thank you for inviting Doherty Commercial Construction to participate in the bidding for the Mattville Community Center project. Doherty Commercial Construction is an award-winning company with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, specializing in community projects such as churches, schools, rec centers. The company was established in 1963 at its current location in Mattville. We're in our 2nd generation of ownership within the family. Our services include drafting, engineering, carpentry, electrical, painting, drywall, plumbing, masonry and paving, and HVAC. Doherty boasts 7 PMP certified project managers with a complement of 15 additional staff members in our project management office. We employ union craftsmen and have always maintained good standing with their respective locals. Highlights from our portfolio can be found appended to our proposal. Mattville is at the heart of our company. We are invested in its prosperity. Many of us live here in town. Doherty volunteered labor and materials to rebuild the junior baseball club's dugouts after Superstorm Sandy. We sponsor sport teams and a float in the annual Labor Day parade. Building this project for Mattville is synonymous with building the project for our own friends and family. Your team at Doherty comprises our President and CEO of 15 years, Scott Daniels, CFO John Francis, Director of Engineering Thomas James, VP of Operations Millie Rooney, PMP Certified Senior Project Manager Wallace Wheat, and an incredibly talented group of union craftsmen, many of whom have been with us for more than 10 years. Doherty has an extensive process library to guide the team in the execution of each of your project management requirements, including planning, cost and risk management, change control, reporting, and regulatory compliance. Our project managers are PMP certified and are capable of directing all work, managing according to your requirements, and providing timely reporting per the RFP. And now on to the technical requirements. As just mentioned, our project management office is well equipped to execute your project management requirements. We utilize the Microsoft Teams app for real-time communication with focused threads, cloud-based storage and file sharing, conferencing and scheduling. Microsoft Project is utilized for schedule and cost management. We abide by all state and local building codes and keep a library of industry best practices. We will post proof of liability and workers' compensation insurance in at least 3 locations accessible to all staff to maximize transparency. All subcontractors we employed will be fully vetted according to the Borough of Mattville's standards for preferred vendors. Copies of subcontractor licenses and proof of required insurance will be provided to the Borough electronically and by mail. We will post all professional licenses and work permits at each building entrance. We will conduct a full tear-out, removing all appliances and fixtures and stripping all walls to the studs. A 30-yard dumpster will be placed at both the rear and front of the buildings for efficient debris removal. Dumpsters will be replaced as necessary and refuse lawfully disposed of by a licensed and approved contractor. Our project manager will coordinate all required building inspections with the site foreman and the Borough Code Enforcement Office. We will install all new electrical panels, run wiring, and install all accessories according to code, design, and industry standards, utilizing only licensed electricians. We will install all new plumbing lines, drains, and fixtures comprising 4 complete restrooms, 2 janitorial sinks, 4 classroom sinks, and 2 sinks and an ice maker water line in the kitchen area. All work will be completed by licensed plumbing professionals and thoroughly tested for proper performance. We will install all flooring materials according to spec. All concrete will be treated with a leveling agent prior to installation of flooring. Interior walls delineating 4 classrooms, 4 restrooms, kitchen area, performance space, 3 offices, and open areas will be framed and skinned, all sheetrock taped, mudded, and sanded with at least 3 coats of joint compound. Green board will be utilized in restrooms and areas of kitchen and classroom sinks. All walls will be painted according to design specifications. We will run all wiring for and install all lighting fixtures and controls throughout the facility according to specifications. All interior doors will be framed and hung, assuring square and proper functioning and including fire safety self-closing mechanisms where required. Commercial-grade glass entry doors will be installed at the front entrance. A steel fire exit door with crash bar will be installed at the rear of the building. An exterior automated roll door will be installed in the loading dock entrance. All trims and finishes will be completed by the appropriate craftsman as dictated in design plans. And Dougherty Commercial Construction agrees to provide all the labor, materials, and equipment to complete these tasks. As directed in the RFP, Microsoft Project was utilized to estimate costs, and those costs were then transferred into Excel tables. A stellar reputation and good standing with major suppliers provides us with the buying power to negotiate the best prices and assure more reliable deliveries and turnaround times. So we believe you'll find our material costs reliable and more than fair. Our estimated material costs equal $153,600. According to the New Jersey Prevailing Wage Act, as a municipality-sponsored project, the Mattville Community Center project requires the application of prevailing wage rates, which are minimum rates established by the Commissioner of Labor and Workforce Development. The prevailing wage rates, including benefit and payroll tax costs, are reflected for each category here. Our projected labor total comes to $571,733 and change. The total proposed cost for the project is $690,991. We project demolition to start on January 7th of 2021 and be completed on or before February 18th. Most of the other work requires demolition to be completed, but some electrical and plumbing infrastructure work can be prepped starting in late January. Infrastructure processes will continue through mid-August. The target date to start flooring would be late July. Paint will be started by August, and the remaining finishes are projected to be completed for handoff on or before September 15th. This presentation demonstrated the relationship between RFP, SOW, and proposal for the Mattville Community Center project. The RFP section provided insight into the structure and guidelines for vendors to build their proposals. A summary of the project was provided, with instructions to defer to the written RFP for specific details. Viewers were provided an overview of the required sections of their proposals and referred to the written RFP for rules governing the acceptable format, including page count, style, and section requirements. Evaluation criteria was discussed in the presentation to assist bidders in prioritizing aspects of their proposal. The mandatory technical requirements for the project were listed as summaries of the line items in the statement of work and expounded on to inform the scope of the project. Deliverables, the products of completing the technical requirements, were outlined, assuring that bidders have a clear view of their ultimate objectives. The vendor's proposal is a formal response to the RFP. The proposal addressed the sections mandated in the RFP. The executive summary provided background about the bidding company. The management approach section explained at a high level how the bidder intends to manage the project. The technical requirements section went into greater detail about the bidder's approach to the individual requirements outlined in the SOW. In the cost section, the bidder explained how costs break down by labor and materials, as well as what influenced those costs. The bidder also included a projected project schedule to demonstrate adherence to the buyer's time requirements.